Hey, if you want me to play any role on TV, two things: drug dealer, gangster as shit. Like Suge Knight is what I am. I like to refer to myself to on television when I'm acting.
I got 2 roles for you.
Okay. Well, talk to me.
Uber.
Taxi driver.
You're an Uber or a pizza man.
Man, come on.
Delivery.
Man. Why?
You just.
So you wouldn't buy me as a gangster, like dope dealer, drug pusher. You wouldn't buy it.
Not with them shoes.
You don't like these? Bro, these are literally the most comfortable shoes ever. I wear only these shoes.
Only
Space
them.
hippies.
What are they?
Different colors. They're Nike, space hippies.
They're comfy.
And they actually make me taller. Hey, I met the guy that started these.
Well, tell him to call me.
He sold it.
Oh, he sold
He's
it.
a very eccentric guy. Very, very different.
Yeah, he have to be different.
Yeah, he actually was one of the creators of Crocs.
Wow.
Real big money. All right, I'm here with Big Bam, Tai Tuivasa. We're in Orlando, Florida, before UFC Fight Night. Tai's gonna be fighting Sergei Pavlovich this weekend in his return fight since UFC Paris. What's up, my guy? Thank you for checking in with me, my dude. So how's everything, man?
I'm good. I'm ready to finish the year off and go home.
Yeah, you've been busy.
Busy, yeah, very busy.
Why do you act? Why so active?
Oh, just I'm better on a roll. Unless if I fall off the wagon, I can fall off fast. So.
See, you say that like falling off the wagon. I don't know if you're talking about hanging out or if you're talking about just in the fight game. But in the fight game, right? You started your UFC career, it wasn't going great, right? You had some successes early, but it didn't go well. And then you just kind of fucking. Was it odd? Was it odd that big of a shift? Because it seemed like it was overnight. I remember when we left for the pandemic and you fought that first fight against the tall dude in Abu Dhabi. Yeah. And you clinched him and you knocked him out. And then you was off to the races. And then you became a star. Like, was it odd to go from that extreme to the next?
No, I kind of knew I had what it took. I just don't think I was applying it. I was focusing on too many different things. My mind's kind of like that. If I focus on one thing, then I can do it. If I'm a wanderer, so I can. I wasn't thinking about fighting. I was thinking about businesses, fighting, and you know what I mean. But I've put my head down and focused on the fighting, and I've done pretty well. But I'm ready for a break.
Yeah, I bet. Like, dude, those long years where you're fighting a lot can be tough. And the most I've ever did is 3. And it was just like too much. It's like, I need a break. Give me 7 months to kind of catch my breath. But you talk about setting your mind to something. One of the truest things you ever told me was, you said, yo, I'm just kind of freestyling through this shit. Like, once I learn to fight, I'm going to be good. And that started to show in those fights because you were just destroying dudes. When you were fighting Derek Lewis, right, because that dude hits hard. He hits, like, so hard. When you knocked him out in Houston, did you feel immediately like, man, shit's about to change for me now? Because now I'm going to get to the elite of this division.
Yeah. I was kind of like, fuck, mad. I did it.
Why?
It's because, like, I've watched him, and I watched.
You can't have love for nobody in there, man. You know that.
Oh no, I mean, like, fuck, I did it.
Oh, like, I did it. I finally made it. Like, yes.
I did it, and I was just like, shit, you know, like I've watched, you know, people like you and him and stuff like that, and when you get in there and get the job done, it's like, fuck. I was like, wow.
You ever have those moments in there where you look across and you're like, fuck, I used to watch this dude fight?
Yeah. I only really watch like those famous guys. Other than that, I don't watch. Guys. Yeah, that's what I mean. He's the knockout king. You know what I mean? And that's someone that I always. That's what we want to do. You know, that's what we want to be.
So you're standing in the octagon there in Houston, and his song comes on, and that place goes fucking crazy. Have you ever heard like anything like that? Was it louder in Paris? When Cyril came?
Not when he came out, but the crowd when we were fighting was the best crowd I've ever...
In Paris?
Definitely, by far. Yeah, by far.
They were just fucking bloodthirsty for it.
Yeah, they were crazy. It really made... I love that. It makes work so much easier.
You know what's crazy for me? Like earlier we were talking, and you talked about after the fight, you fight Cyril Gane, you lose the fight, you go on vacation. You take your son. You take your gal.
Yeah.
You take your ex-girl.
Yeah.
Take your ex-girl's mom.
Yeah.
Like, what is happening?
No, well, I grew up watching. I grew up watching some, hurtful stuff, and I think we don't hate each other. We're still good friends. We're still good peoples, and we got a kid together. You know what I mean? And I got a son. I want to raise a man. I don't want to show him.
It's kind of crazy though, because like on one hand you can be like the biggest kid, but then you say some knowledgeable shit like that. Right? Like, what the fuck? Like, so on one hand you can be the biggest kid. Like there's these layers to you. And I don't think you really let people into it too much.
No, I'm a personal kind of guy.
It's awesome.
My family's my family,
Yeah.
I like to keep it like that. Yeah.
And it stays that way, regardless.
Yeah, definitely.
So let me ask you about this. The Cyril Gane fight, right? You've beaten guys on the way. But then you get to that elite of that elite and you fall short. What did you learn in that fight with Cyril Gane?
Fuck, he's fast. A lot faster than you can train for,
And see on TV.
It's like you can train for things and it might come, but it's very different once we got in there. And it was just like, fuck, I was struggling to kick him, struggling to hit him. But since I've been in there now, I definitely, the next time around, I got to,
You feel like you can adjust for the speed because now that you've seen it.
Yeah, definitely.
Because ultimately it's about getting to that top level. Yeah. Because there's always a great group of guys leading there, but then there's always these outliers, right? There are like a few guys that are just a level above. Yeah. A level that you have to really work to kind of put yourself on. And you're in there and you're hurting them and you're getting off and you're doing really good things. Obviously you weren't able to sustain it, but when you think about that and you think about the Francis Ngannou's, who's going to be as fast, right? Yeah. You think about Cyril, who you fought before. Think about Stipe and John Jones. Like, what adjustments would you have to make to be able to compete at that level? Because you got the power, you got the technical skills, and you got the heart. Like, nobody will ever question your heart. What adjustments do you have to make, though, to make yourself not only able to get there, but be able to compete there and win at that level?
I think I can compete at that level with them guys, but with the Cyril fight, it was just like, his power wasn't over, power wasn't, but it was just after a few cuts, it was getting in my face. Yeah. I had to try and regather what I was going to do. Definitely if I was to fight him again, I'd pressure a lot harder. But I'm not real technical, but it's...
But you actually are, though. Like, you actually have really good technique. You got good leg kicks.
Yeah.
Your boxing is on point.
I couldn't land one kick.
Why could you not kick him?
It was just like he was there and then he wasn't.
But that's one thing that we always speak about him, right? Was that he moves like a bantamweight. But everybody's like, why are they saying that about this guy? Does he really?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I brought some smaller guys in to train with, and I just fucking couldn't touch him.
Did it feel like he was running? Like he was kind of running, like the way he moves, like 'cause he's long too, also, right? He's like, he's long and then he's gone.
He can move from short to and he's big.
Yeah. So talk to me about that though. Like, have you had to adjust anything as you go into this new one, or does Pavlovich kind of fit the mold of something that we used to see in a heavyweight? Because when I went to heavyweight, I knew he would be a little bit slower, right? I knew, dude. I swear to God, like one time, I thought that John Jones was slow. I was like, this dude's slow.
Yeah.
And I was like, you don't hit hard. And then, him, he kind of, he partied a little bit, right? So your nose tend to bleed a little bit. I don't. But like, I'm thinking he's slow. So I go to jab him, he jabbed me. So next thing you know, both our nose bleeding. I'm like, God damn, he faster than I thought.
Yeah.
He faster than I thought. So you got to kind of like be wary not to expect something from a guy, because when you look at Sergey, he looked like he might fit that mold of the bigger, slower heavyweight.
Yeah. I don't really underestimate anyone. I don't really do much video on that either. I just get in there and then go from there. But he's obviously got power. He's obviously knocking everyone out. So I suppose that's why they offered him to me.
But why though? Why do you think you? Because think about this: when you were on your way up, you had specific matchups, right? You had good matchups that guys that you could fuck, that are gonna fight. Y'all gonna fight. Y'all ain't wrestling the whole time. Fun heavyweight fights that we all love. Why do you think it was you and Sergey? Just because it's a fun fight makes a lot of sense?
Well, I've never really picked a fight, so I just say yes.
You just always say yes? I trained with him once back in the day. He went to AKA a long time ago. He wasn't as big as he is today, though. He's a lot bigger. It's like he's grown into like a heavyweight.
Yeah. I've never seen him.
What do you mean you've never seen him?
I haven't seen him yet. I don't know how big he is or not.
In real life, you've never seen this guy. No. But you're 275 pounds. I swear I thought you weighed like 260.
I wish. That's Samoan, man. We smell food and.
You called me Oos. Like, I like WWE, so when you say Oos, I'm like, I like that. I was like, brother, you know what I'm saying? Like, brother. Tai, you spoke earlier about having your mind on business opposed to being on fighting. But because of the fighting, your businesses are doing better than ever, right? Drink West,
definitely.
You got the Shoey Vasa. Like, how fun has it been to be on that side of things?
Yeah, well, that was kind of the shift change that I had to make, where I was kind of trying to juggle the business and when I wasn't really putting 100% into fighting. And that was where those 3 losses, I was like, fuck, I gotta pull my finger out and go hard on the fighting. And I think I've done that, and now everything's kind of falling into place. You
know, does it piss you off that everybody's like doing your fucking celebration now? Everybody wants a beer on the way back to the locker room. Like, what are we doing here? And what about when that dude drop all that beer in your eyes? What about when that
That was the worker's fault.
What happened?
I don't know. I went off at some worker. He kept pushing me to get out of there. And I was like, bro.
Let me get this beer real quick.
Just leave me alone.
Did it burn?
It did. You ever in your eye before?
In my eye?
Yeah.
What do you mean orgasm?
Yeah.
Fuck no. Who does that? Nobody can in their own eye. No, you're crazy, dog. That shit must have burned.
Yeah, it was a bit of a... my God. It's a bit of a burn.
It hurt. How excited are you to be back to fighting now?
Yeah, I'm excited to go and get paid. That's why I do this, and I'm excited to get paid and go home. So I can see the light at the end of the tunnel.
How long until you're back after this? Just until they call you? Because the moment they call you, you'll be like, all right, whatever.
No, I want to have some time off. I want to have at least 6 months off.
Really? You want to take that much time off?
Yeah, I need to. I got a few nigglies and stuff like that. I want to get to rest and rehab and shit like that. But yeah, I'm not in a rush.
Making money. Fuck, if you taking 7 people on vacation around Europe, you must be rich now. You weren't rich when I first met you.
Definitely not rich. When I first met
you weren't rich.
I'm not rich. I'm not as rich as you.
That's a rich man haircut you got right there. I don't know if you got that.
If you had hair, you'd get a haircut too.
That's a nice haircut.
It is nice.
They got you in Orlando too, huh? A couple brothers got you?
Couple Puerto Rican boys.
Brothers got you, huh?
They fix me up.
My man. Dog, always good to watch you compete, bro. I swear to God, you are the man, dog. Be in Vegas next week. Hey, Tai Tuivasa wins the fight on Saturday. He'll be in Vegas next week. Takes every picture. He frequents every single club. So if you're in Vegas, no matter which one you walk in, there will be a Tai Tuivasa sighting at some point. Just don't get rampaged. Guys, like, subscribe. Make sure you watch Tai fight this weekend at UFC Fight Night Orlando as he takes on Sergei Pavlovich. My brother, nice to see you again, man. And
my man.
Good luck, dog. Kick some ass.
Thank you, brother.